Hello, my name is Rosario Aurelius, and welcome to Etana, where poetry and magic meet. This week I will be talking a little bit about the book Liber Astarte, devotional poetry, and reading some of my own poems on devotional goddess worship. Liber Astarte was a method of instruction written by Aleister Crowley in the early 1900s on how to begin a devotional practice to a divinity of one's choosing. As such, it has practical application across all varieties of religious experience. And it is the construction of the invocation that is of interest to me today. Liber Astarte provides a formula of 7 sections of verses, each highlighting a different devotional role of the relationship between oneself and one's God. Further, it has the potential to elevate the spirit in its expression of union with God. Though let me be clear, when I use the phrase God, I do not mean any one particular face of God other than the one a devotee chooses to unite with. So let's take a look at the different methods. The first method is an imprecation as a slave unto his Lord, evoking a sense of worship to a God as one's Lord. In Hebrew texts, there are many worshipful praises to Adonai, whose name means my Lord. The second is as an oath, as a vassal to his liege, evoking a sense of fealty or loyalty to God as one's holy sovereign. The third is as a memorial from a child to his parent, remembering and sometimes extolling the virtues of one's ancestors. The fourth is as an orison from a priest or priestess to his God or to her God, praising the glory of God in this art of devotion. The fifth is as a colloquy from a brother to his brother or a sister to her sister, to evoke love with a brotherly or sisterly affection. The sixth is as a conjuration from a friend, to evoke a platonic love between friends. The seventh is as a madrigal from a lover to his mistress, to evoke a sense of worshipful love. Now, not all devotional poetry contains each of these aspects, or may only contain one or a few. And even if one doesn't agree with the model, it's a great way to start writing devotional poetry or beginning a devotional practice if you like or respond well to poetry. If you're interested in reading the full book of Liber Astarte, I will include a link below. Today I will be reading from A Mantle of Stars, Anointed, and my new book, Forgotten Echoes. A Mantle of Stars was published by Neos Alexandria in 2013, and Anointed was also published by the same in 2012. These are both amazing anthologies with contributions from writers and occultists from around the world. I will also include information on these books below. So without further ado, the stars in her eyes in A Mantle of Stars. Myrrh's elegant fragrance billowing to the heavens for her bright and shining face in the solitude of stars. And on our altars we cast drops of blood, seeds of the luscious, sanguineous fruits. She walks through her gardens, the face of love. She drew the stars in the flesh of her fruits, so we would never forget her name. Her touch so light, it plants seeds of thought, whose flowers are the milky ambrosia upon our lips, when we sing the praises of her embrace. There is fire in her eyes when her passion consumes men of great renown, for no man is greater than he who is courageous enough to walk beside her. The next one is called Prayers to Tiamat from Anointed. Smoke rise and ash fall as flame touches down upon black wax. Spark the glow of the universe and cast your satin finish upon me. Who knows you these days, O fair matron, that know it themselves from clay or stone? Lady of an abyss that men know not, who remembers your name or birthright better than their own purposes or desires? For I know not of any but my own devoted search through my becoming, to seeking to know and remember you, reaching for abysmal places where few wander. My devotion, my search, though not always conscious, yet too strong to deny, and in moments of ecstasy, a second name, a sacred name, fierce dragoness, the coiled pulse in my heart. Impenetrable voice of the darkness that moves these trembling vocal cords, as their delicate fingers tap the strings of my soul. Bring me into your velvety embrace, melting away this illusion long enough to comfort with sonic waves. Waves of the eternal black sea, and strengthen thy resolve with patience and virtue in this nominal union, and with this voice I am given, shall I sing to the dead and sing to the stars, to sing of you. The third and final reading today is titled Wandering from Forgotten Echoes. A man was preaching on the street. The people said he was a zaddy. He was not at all discreet, but subtle in his lectures sparked fire, where he spoke with the finesse and radiance of a compassionate and eloquent prince. Men followed him on his sojourn. His love was bold as it seized you in the depths of your eyes, and it flung wide the gates of Sheol, awakening the shades from their dark and dusty slumbers, filling your heart with love, the kind of love that opened the doors of your heart and soul, that transformed wanton lust into divine ecstasy. Flesh of gold, his joy abound when his words touched your heart, abandoning your plans to storm the Sanhedrin the next morning. In the heat of a guerrilla revolution, suddenly you had nowhere to be. So you followed him, wandering through the desert because it wasn't so desolate anymore. He showed you the stars and called them the father and the mother, and you the child, not for your mortal heart, but your immortal soul, and the timeless beauty in your eyes. You knew by the touch of his hand you were embarking on a journey more celestial and pendulous than political martyrdom. It was something you had to do. As you wondered what those eyes of love were doing, piercing through your soul. Yet this man, this Zadi, this teacher to the masses, taught every follower, every wanderer, what was already inside of themselves. He turned us inside out, but behind his eyes we were already perfected men. And he turned our eyes inward that we may know we were the pharaohs, kings, and stars, and that all of the old laws were never ours. None can remember his name now, for his names were legion, only that he was a teacher who wandered the sea, savannah, desert plain, and taught that nothing is true, heresy to the old laws, that in our grasp everything is permitted. Some related news. I will be signing books at the St. Louis Pagan Picnic on June 4th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you are in the area, please stop by and say hi. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any recommendations for future readings, please leave a message in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.